welcome back to Film Live at NAB 2014. I'm your host Ben. Earlier this week, Sony released an interesting new camera, a little compact camera, the A7s. It's Super 35 sensor and it's 4K capable. But to get the best out of that camera, you need an external recorder. And who better to do an external recorder for a 4K camera than Atomos? And here to tell us a little bit more about it is Jeremy. Hi Jeremy, how's it going?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, how are you?
Good. So we've got our 1920 1200 screen. It's a pretty spectacular screen, you can see there. 180-degree viewing angle. You can calibrate it. So we think the screen's pretty amazing for monitoring 4K. On the side here, HDMI is kind of leading the way in 4K at the moment. This is up to 4K 30p, which is what the A7s can do. And we've also implemented a very new standard, which is 12 gig SDI. Now that'll go 50 meters on current testing. There aren't any cameras out there shipping, or I think Blackmagic announced one, but you know, we all know what happens with those guys. So I don't know when a camera's going to come out with 12 gig on it, but you're definitely future-proofed for that. We record to our normal caddies, spinning discs or SSDs for HD. We do HD up to 120 frames a second on this. So I think that's a pretty interesting feature for the current HD customers. We also have implemented a rated disc system on here. So the disc goes double the thickness with 2 inside, and you can put 2 1TB drives, which are $60 each, and get 4K 30p for 2.5 hours of ProRes HQ recording in 4K, which is pretty compelling. So $120. So you're looking at like $50 an hour of recording. So that's equivalent to today's kind of HD levels. So we think that's pretty innovative. And the A7s, can I just go through that for you? So this little camera, in December, Sony, they knew our roadmap, and they said, are you going to announce it? Because I have been having a policy where we announce a chip on the same day. We broke that policy this time because Sony said we want to promote this. It only does HD internally because of limitations on heat due to the compact size, but it does 4K out. So you go straight out here into the Shogun and you're recording pristine, uncompressed 4K. This sensor is a real masterclass, seriously. It's a video sensor that also does photography. So it's a 12 megapixel sensor, which obviously powers in comparison to a 36 megapixel D800 or something, but there's no pixel binning, there's no line skipping on the video side. So they're pumping out a full scan sensor. So this is a real video sensor. It's definitely technology from the F5, F55 series. And they've got an ISO here of up to 400,000. Now 400,000 gets a little bit noisy, but 200,000 in the dark, it looks like daylight. I think it seriously will change the way people creatively shoot. You can put any of the lenses on, the new alpha lenses and E-mount lenses from Sony, little adapters to get your Canon and Nikon ones on there. So one-to-one from your current lens. There's no crop factor, there's no Super 35 anymore. It's all one-to-one, just like in film days. And I think this is going to be a very hit product.
So tell me a little bit more about how that works with the Shogun then. What was it getting out of the camera? And what is the benefit of using these kind of devices?
Okay, so there's a couple of things. We're going directly from the sensor. So there's only DSP, which is digital signal processing, cleanup of any color issues or white balance, etc. That's all done inside the camera. But then it comes straight out of HDMI, uncompressed. So that's an 8.8 gig signal coming in. So we're talking, 8 times the data rate of HD. And we're taking that signal and we're encoding it into an 880 megabit stream, which is Apple ProRes 4K. So we're getting those bang for buck that Apple ProRes has given us, and obviously booming still. It's the steam train that you can't stop, and we're very proud to be on that train. We do start, stop, trigger and time code over here, so you get a professional solution. And once again, this has got S-Log as well, so S-Log 2, and we have 3D LUTs in this, so you can match the profile that's coming from the camera so that you know what you're looking at. And you know that we do that with our Ninja Blade and Samurai Blade right now.
Cool, awesome stuff. And alongside the Shogun, you've got another little device as well. It tells a little bit about that.
Yeah, so
and who is it for?
Well, we had a lot of our customers say, look, I love it on the first camera, the Ninja or the Samurai, but I've got 2 other cameras and I don't really want to buy a big monitor for that. Also, the advent of action cams booming in the last like 3 or 4 years, and helicopters. I mean, 2 years ago there were no helicopters. Now there's a helicopter on every stand. But people have been creative with the way they shoot, and we're trying to keep up with that creativity. And people have asked us, can we make a really light, portable version that goes to a memory card? And we've implemented CFast, but a big point here is this is CFast 1.0, not 2.0. CFast 1.0 goes from 100 megabytes a second up to 150, I think. We only need 80 megabytes a second for the HD ProRes HQ recording. So this weighs 100 grams, which is 3.5 ounces for the Americans out there. And it's got all of the same functions as a Ninja 2. You got to think of it as a Ninja 2 without a screen. And of course, the functions that we have on the screen, like focus peaking, etc., we don't put in here. And it also plays back, and you can go previous and next. So we're pretty proud of this one. It'll be shipping mid-May, and it's only $295. So we expect this to go on the side of tripods. There's lots of mounting options for it. We've already got about 2 or 3 companies making waterproof housings for it, so you can take it where those action cams go.
Awesome, perfect. So shipping May.
Mid-May, yep.
$295.
$295, yeah.
Okay. And Shogun?
Shogun is $1995, and that'll be shipping IBC.
Alrighty. That's me. Okay, so there you have it at the Atomos stand. If you have any questions, as always, let us know in the comments below or on Facebook and Twitter. We're heading back out to the show floor. Until next time, this is Ben, Film Live.